Hello, welcome. My name is Inês. I am a Feldenkrais practitioner, a yoga teacher, a movement enthusiastic. Today I'm gonna share with you a little bit of a practice that we do every Friday morning here at the Movement Room, my home studio in Chester Springs, Pennsylvania. So for this practice, all you need is some space on the floor, a rug or a yoga mat, a blanket for some extra padding. Let's start by coming to all fours. So come into all fours position, tuck your toes in, and start to rock your body a little bit back and forward. And as you go back, feel how your buttocks come closer towards your heels. And as you come forward, feel how the weight increases over your wrists and palms. And you can press your palms into the floor to feel this support. And now this time, pause on all fours position. And we're gonna start to do a circle with our torso over the wrists and palms. So we're gonna circle ourselves about 3 to 4 times one side. And then you pause in the middle and switch direction now towards the other side. Feeling how when you're doing the circling over your wrists, the shift over your hands shifts from inside to outside of your palm. And then you pause in the middle again. And now you sit back towards your heels with your toes turned back. And you come into this child pose. See if you can rest your head on the floor. If that's difficult for you, you can rest your head on your hands. And stay here for a moment, noticing how you're breathing. Feel the weight of your head. And let your head be heavy as you start to roll your spine up slowly to come to seating. And now we're gonna start to lift ourselves up and back to where we were. So when you're coming into this kneeling position, feel how your buttocks help you to come into this position. And you can consciously activate your buttocks to lift yourself up into this kneeling position. So let's do 3 more times this way. So you press your shins on the floor, you activate your buttocks. All right. And then this time we come back to the floor again. And we're gonna have our hands behind us, shoulder width apart. And you can choose to have your fingers pointing straight to the side or a little bit backwards. So see what it's possible for you right now. And we're gonna start to come in and out of the crab pose. So you lift your buttock in and you come back to the floor. And when you lift your buttock in, feel how your shoulder extends and your back muscles starts to activate as well as your buttock muscles. So let's do this one 3 more times, lifting the buttocks up, feeling how the back muscles and the gluteus are activated as we're taking the torso up. And then rest for a moment. And now we're gonna combine a few animal movements. We're gonna do a sequence of 3 animal movements, and then we're gonna repeat them. And of course, if for you today you only wanna try once, you try once. If you wanna go ahead and do the 3 sets of repetition, you are welcome to do that too. So we're gonna start with the downward facing dog. So that's a very popular pose in the yoga practice. But here we're gonna take this dog for a walk. So you're gonna come into all fours and then lift your buttocks up and then start to move cross laterally, so meaning if your right foot comes forward, your left hand comes forward. And then when your right hand comes forward, your left foot comes forward. And you can start very slowly, or you can increase the pace of this walk, of this downward dog walk. And when you reach the end of your rug or your mat, you turn around and then walk again. So for this time, I'm not using a timer because I want you to get familiar with this movement. See what is the pace that you want to be using. And then we do one more time. We walk all the way to the end of the rug or the end of your mat. And we come down a little bit just to turn around and walk back to where we started. All right, so that was the dog, the walking dog. Now we're gonna come and do the crab again. So you can come towards the end of your mat or your rug. And for this crab, we're not gonna be lifting the buttocks very high. So you're just gonna press through your feet and your hands, lift the buttocks a little bit, and start walking in the same way. So this cross-lateral pattern. And it's actually, if you don't think too much about it, that's what your body will do, because we know this pattern from a very young age. And then you see what is the angle of your fingers that you want to keep, or if you want, you can keep changing the angle to make it more comfortable for your wrists. And we're gonna go back one more time. All right, and this is our crab walk. And now we're gonna do a squatting where we're also gonna be walking. So for this one, it's a pretty low squat. Of course, if a low squat is not possible for you, you can come to a higher squat. But the idea is that we're also gonna take this for a walk. So a higher squat will be more or less here, and you're gonna walk here, and then turn around. And you see, if you can go lower, you go lower. And if this is a new movement for you, you can always use your hands to assist you. So it's a low squat here. For some people, it's hard to reach their heels on the ground when they are in such a low squat. It's okay. You can do this with your heels up, and you're also working your balance. And then we come back. And that's it. To finish this one, we can come with the feet shoulder width apart. Let the head hang. Feel the weight of your head. Feel the weight of your hips, of your pelvis, and slowly roll your spine up to come to standing. All right, so those are the 3 animals that we're gonna be doing. This was our introduction to these movements, and now we're gonna be doing with the timer. So I'm gonna have my phone nearby so that I can press on for the timer. 30 seconds each one. This is a suggestion. If you need to come out of the movement before and rest, lie down on the floor or do child's pose, please take care of yourself. So we're gonna come back to the walking downward dog. So get ready, come into the end of your mat. I'm starting to get warm. I hope you're also getting warm. It's very cold here today in Chester Springs, Pennsylvania. And that's why I love these movements, because it really warms up. So you come and prepare for your downward dog, so come to all fours. If you're ready to take off your socks, I'm ready to take off my socks. That way you will have a little bit more of a grip when you're on your downward dog. So come to all fours, and I'm gonna start the timing. Up to your downward dog, lift the buttocks up and start walking in this cross-lateral pattern. So as your left hand comes forward, your right foot comes forward. As your right hand comes forward, your left foot comes forward. And if you want, you can do little pauses. So you walk a little bit, pause a little bit, and then you walk a little bit, pause a little bit. You can really make this yours. Choose the pace, and that's it. That was 30 seconds. And now we're gonna do 30 seconds in the downward dog position. So you come into all fours, and you press through your hands, lift your buttocks up, extend your arms and legs, and pump your chest towards your legs. So for this downward dog, you can have your heels way up so that you have a good height on your downward dog to be able to extend more your trunk. So you pump your chest, you lengthen your arms, you lengthen your legs, and then now come to all fours and rest for a moment in child's pose. You can rest your elbows on the floor and slowly roll your spine up. And we're gonna come to the crab walk. So you come to the end of your mat. I have my timer here. Get ready, hands and feet on the ground. Lift your buttocks and walk forward. Walking forward in your crab position. Remember, you don't need to lift your buttocks very high. This is a great movement where we work on this extension of our shoulder, this ability to take the arms behind us, something that we start to lose as we age, but not just when we age, but also because of our lifestyle of being always forward. So this is a great movement to remind us to open our chest, to take our arms back. And now we come into the crab position where we're gonna hold this position. And remember, you can come down before the timer beeps. So you prepare for your crab position and you lift your buttocks up. You keep pressing your hands into the ground to lift yourself up. And this time, you have some engagement on your abdomen, so your belly is not popping out, and your back and your gluteus. So your buttocks are very active, your hamstrings, and you stay in this position, breathing in and out, never holding the breath. And if it's comfortable for your neck and shoulder, you can let your head go back and then slowly lower your buttocks and come to the floor. All right, and now we go to our squat walking. That is very similar to, in the animal flow, they call it the duck walking. So get ready in your low squat, or remember, if a low squat is hard for you, you can come into a higher squat. And when you're ready, go walking. You can use your hands to assist you, or if you're already pretty familiar with this movement by now, you can try to not use your hands and see, is that possible? Turning and continue your duck walk or your squat, very low squat. And that's it. And now stretch your legs for a moment. Loosen up your legs. All right, and now we go back to downward facing dog, walking downward facing dog. So come to the end of your mat. Come to all fours, get ready, lift the buttocks up, and walk your downward dog. This is also known as the bear walk. And you can play with the pacing of this movement. You might want to walk very slowly and pause, or you might want to walk a little bit faster with the knees more bent, which comes closer to like a monkey walk. Good. And now we come into downward dog in one spot. Press your hands on the floor, lift your buttocks, lengthen your legs, lengthen your arms, reach your sitting bones up towards the ceiling, and then start pedaling your legs, meaning bending one knee and lengthening the other leg. And as you lengthen the other leg, see if you can reach your heel on the floor as you press through your hands to lengthen your torso up and towards your leg, and then come out of it. Great. And now we go back to the crab walk. This time, let's see if we can do walking forward and then walking backwards in the crab. So ready, position your feet and your hands and go. Walking forward first. And then walking backwards. How is it for you to walk backwards? And we can go again forward. Here also seeing the pace that you want to do this crab walk. Maybe you want to walk on a diagonal or in any direction. You're welcome to experiment and try. That's it. And now we come to the crab on the spot. So you position your feet, position your hands, and up you come. Firming your buttocks up, coming into this table shape position. So if you are familiar to a yoga practice, this position is done quite a lot, where you get this opening of the front body and the engagement of the back body. And remember, if you want to let the head go back, as long as that's comfortable for your neck and shoulders, and slowly lower the buttocks down to the floor. And now we're gonna do the lower squat walking. So come towards the edge of your mat or rug. Get prepared. And let's go. Walking, see if you can balance on this walk, or maybe you need to use your hands. See what it's possible for you right now. And if you want to also walk in different directions, maybe you want to try to walk backwards. See how that is? Is that possible? It's kind of a challenging on the balancing. Maybe to the sides. Just have fun with it. And now I'm gonna leave the timer for a 30-second low squat. So come into this low squat. For me, it's pretty easy because my heels reach the floor very easily. If your heels don't reach the floor, you can do a squat with your heels up this way, working on your balance. It's very nice work for the toes, for the ankles, to strengthen the toes and ankles. Or if it's possible for you, you can also come into a more resting squat. That's it. Now we can come into a cooling down by lying down on our backs and hugging our legs, feeling the lower back pressing into the floor, releasing the back to the ground. And then crossing one leg over the other, and again hugging the legs, feeling some more intense stretch on the buttock in one of the sides. And then switch. Hold your legs in. Breathing through the stretch. And then change the cross of your legs, first side again. Relax your abdomen. Relax your jaw. And then switch again. Last side. You can rock yourself a little bit if that's comfortable for you. Gentle. And then release. And now come and lie down on your belly. We're gonna do some shoulder stretch so you can have your arms out to the side. And you turn your head. Let's start by turning the head towards your left and then bending your left knee so your left foot is facing the ceiling. You bring your left hand, your palm on the ground so your left arm is bent, and then you lift your left foot up towards the ceiling and you cross over your other leg to take your foot towards the other side. So now maybe the tips of your fingers, of your toes are touching the floor, and you are in this kind of like a twisting position. And if you want to increase the stretch on your shoulders, you can lift the fingers of your right hand up. And breathing through the stretch. Also getting some stretch on the front of your thigh and hip. And then come back. Turn your head towards your right side now. Bend your right leg. And bend your right arm, placing your right hand on the floor. You can press into the floor with your hand. Lift your right leg so that your right toes touch the floor behind you. And if you want, you can have your head lifted. It might change the spot where you're feeling the stretch on your shoulders. So it's up to you. Head on the floor or head lifted. And then return. And once again on the other side, you come with both arms lengthened, both legs lengthened. You bend your left arm, press your hand, lift your left foot, left leg bent. You turn to reach your toes on the other side. And then you lengthen the right shoulder. Breathing through the stretch. And then you return and do the other side. Oops. So you bend your right arm, press your hand on the floor, bend your right leg, lift your leg a little bit just to be able to cross this leg towards the other side. So maybe the tips of your toes are touching the floor, or maybe your whole foot. You see what it's possible for you, respecting your own limits. And then you return. And you roll yourself to lie down on your back. And you can choose to have your legs bent for this last part of this practice, or you can have your legs lengthened. And here, just feel yourself, how you are lying down on the floor. So you're doing kind of this scanner with your body, sensing and feeling your contact with the floor. The parts that are heavier on the floor, that are touching the floor, and the parts of yourself that are not touching the floor. And then bring your hands to rest on your abdomen. Feel your breath without controlling or judging, just being an observer of your own self, of your breath, noticing the parts of your body that moves as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And try to follow 2 cycles of breath, meaning a full inhalation, a full exhalation counts as 1 cycle of breath. So see if you can keep your attention on your breath throughout 2 cycles. And very slowly bend your knees, place your feet on the floor, and roll to your side, your preferred side. Be on your side for a little bit. Again, connect yourself with your breath. And using the palm of your hand that is on the floor, that is on top, you press the floor, you let the head be heavy. The head is the last one to come, so that you keep this calm state that you just got on your relaxation. You can keep your eyes closed for another moment. And slowly open your eyes. You can look around your room. And that's it. This is the end of this practice. I hope one day you can come and practice here at the movement room. Thank you. Bye-bye.